Hello, my name is Alison Reis-Khanna, and I am part of the 2015-2016 class of White-Riley-Peterson Fellows. It is my privilege to be the third fellow from the great state of Texas. As a fellow, with the support of my network, I chose to focus on increasing opportunities for youth to attend high-quality, STEM-focused after-school and summer programming. I chose to do this through examining the possibility of developing a public-private partnership state funding stream. In other words, a Texified approach to increasing the size of the pie. Texas is a state that prides itself on being favorable to business and is home to 49 STEM-focused Fortune 500 companies. Given that the Texas legislature meets every other year and the 85th session will begin in January 2017, my project focused on developing the relationships and hosting an event that will set up conditions that would make an ask in 2017 successful. Here's a little bit more about my project. The context. With over 1.5 million Texas youth who would take advantage of an after-school program if one were available in their area, we at TextPost know that current levels of funding are not sufficient. In addition to the need for after-school, we know that parents are paying more attention to the STEM offerings that after-school and summer programs provide and value them as a part of their child's experience. This, coupled with the fact that the Texas economy will need over 785,000 STEM workers by 2018, makes STEM a consistently hot topic in our state. The policy landscape. In 2013, there was a major educational policy shift for Texas when House Bill 5 was passed during the 83rd legislative session. House Bill 5 seeks to transform the current structure by creating a single high school diploma, the Foundation Program, and enable students to pursue their interests through diploma endorsements. In addition, it seeks to reduce the emphasis on testing by decreasing the number of end-of-year course examinations required for graduation, and to institute school ratings that provide a clearer understanding of overall school performance. With approximately 80% of high schools offering the STEM endorsement, STEM is one of the most popular and sought-after endorsements in the new system. In simplified terms, Texas high school students are able now to pick a major. Beginning in the 2014-2015 school year, a school district must ensure that each student, upon entering 9th grade, indicates in writing an endorsement that the student intends to earn. House Bill 5 also included a local evaluation requirement that is frequently referred to as the community education component. The community engagement requirement is an opportunity for districts to showcase areas of excellence and success, as well as recognize areas in need of improvement and set future goals valued in the community. This is where the OST community got excited about the potential for increased partnership opportunities with the school day, business, and higher education. We know that after-school and summer programs can be vital partners in successfully implementing this policy change. As changes prompted by House Bill 5 were starting to be implemented, TextPost was completing a STEM system building planning grant designed to explore ways in which greater connections could be made in the STEM space. The findings included that a variety of programs in Texas offer STEM and some professional development, but connections were not being made across communities or at times within communities, and rural communities were still mostly being left out of STEM program offerings. TextPost also formed a partnership with Texas A&M to support the Zero Robotics program, and it seemed the winds of change were blowing to support and ask for STEM-specific funding in 2017. In addition, TextPost supports the Expanded Learning Opportunities Council, and in November, TextPost was asked to present on the STEM landscape in Texas. We are hopeful that as a part of the Council's report, they will call for some additional funding for STEM-specific programming. There is also a new commissioner in the state of Texas, Commissioner Morath. He has traditionally been very much in support of summer programming and after school in general. We are hopeful that he will place new emphasis on the field of out-of-school time within the Texas Education Agency. To prepare for an ask, I decided that the project should focus on developing relationships and a key event. In theory, the interim years between sessions are the perfect time for relationship development. Through our work in STEM system building and as we work to engage new businesses in our mission, I have developed and sustained some valuable partnerships, including a partnership with the University of Texas Women in Engineering Program, Flora Corporation, and IBM. The interim period is also the time to continue to increase awareness and advocate for after-school and summer programming. TextPost makes it a priority to have staff and partners testify and attend committee hearings so we have a better idea of trends and the priorities for the next session. We closely follow interim charges, and if there are any that align with our priorities and have the potential to include positive policy change for the field of out-of-school time, we let our partners across the state know. For the culminating event of my project, TextPost will host a National Summer Learning Day event at the Capitol focused on STEM. It will include a panel featuring business, private foundations, and OST leaders. Given the timing, photos and outcomes from this event will have to be reported on later. It is currently scheduled for Thursday, July 7th, and our goal is to have at least 120 of the 181 legislative offices present. There has not been an event focused on National Summer Learning Day since 2014 at the state capitol. In addition to a panel, we will be providing a toolkit to participants to conduct legislative visits. This will also assist folks in preparing for a big advocacy event which occurs during the session, TextPost's ELO Day, which occurs at the midpoint of the session, usually around March. Value and connections. At the midpoint of the fellowship, I interviewed and was approved by the board to serve as the executive director of TextPost. In my interview, I mentioned the role that the fellowship played in helping me to deepen my understanding of policy and connect with real leaders in the OST field. I also had the opportunity to connect with other fellows throughout the year and invited them to speak with our Texas system builders. I used the fellowship as a way to introduce myself to potential partners. A real value of this fellowship is to deepen the professional and personal connections to dedicated, smart OST experts across the nation. No one is under the impression that the goals and outcomes of the White-Riley-Peterson Policy Fellowship fit neatly into the 9-month process from September to May. But in this world of deliverables, I admit that at times I focused more on the product than part of the process. So I wanted to share some of the outcomes that I gained through working on the project the whole year through. Through the fellowship, I developed a more in-depth understanding of policy and in the difference between crafting and implementing policy, and why having skilled practitioners involved in both is vitally important to the field of after-school and summer learning. I had an amazing year of professional development and growth. I built partnerships in my own state and beyond that will help me to continue to succeed in this work. The fellowship also gave me some vital time needed for critical thinking. At the time of my proposal, all events pointed to the fact that STEM was the right ask for a state-level funding stream. However, 2016 has brought new developments. The Texas economy is suffering due to low oil and gas prices. The Texas Alliance of YMCAs has received funding and will be pursuing an ask related to the implementation of healthy eating and physical activity standards with a fiscal note in 2017. The TextPost Policy Committee is currently in the process of developing a legislative agenda, and while there will be a funding ask, the committee is working on an agenda that will strategically increase opportunities for youth. The idea of a public-private partnership to support STEM is a great one, and I'm confident that if it's not something we pursue in the 2017 legislative agenda, that it will be on a future agenda for the Texas Partnership of Out-of-School Time. We work passionately to advocate to expand learning opportunities for youth. Just as learning does not stop at 3, learning does not stop at 18 or 22 or after you get your master's degree or your doctorate. The White-Riley-Peterson Fellowship expands opportunities for those of us who are truly committed to the field of out-of-school time. I would like to thank the Mott Foundation, the Riley Institute at Furman University, Ron Fairchild and Kat Stevens, and the fellows who've come before me and those fellows who will come after me who will continue to do this good work. I also need to thank my fellow Texan, Sean Petty, for assistance with this video. Thank you so much for listening to me chat about my project today. I can't wait to work with you all in the future and to see what we can do together for youth across this nation. Thank you so much.